All right, welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters, and as you can tell by the headphones, we're going to be building a level. That's right, we're going to be building a level. It's been a while since we've done this, but it's like riding a bike. You get right back into it, and it's pretty quick and simple, right? So yeah, with that being said, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. So I already have a general idea on what I want this to be, to some extent. I do believe so, at least. So we're going to just go right in and get to work on doing what needs to be done. Like so. So, before I continue any further in that department, I want to get this section here taken care of. I want this to have somewhat of a mountain-esque appearance to it. So most of the level won't have stuff in it, but that's fine. It's supposed to be more like a mountain, so to speak. You know, like how mountains from a flat perspective would look. At least that's the general idea. Not all of it, need I mind you. There's going to be some areas here that need to be more open and spacious, but that's fine. Whoops. I will say it's probably going to be a huge pain in the ass to recreate this in Photoshop. I already got the thing for that set up here. Though I do believe I have to... I do believe I'm going to need to do this to be able to only have that there, but that's not a problem. Either way, I got plans. And the plans are quite simple, really. Somewhat, so to speak. Good old-fashioned plans. Alright. I would say let's get some stuff taken care of here. Where's all the game stuff? I already did some stuff yesterday, i.e. in this case a Monday. So most of what I've done there was just basically get the music in order, as well as like a few other things like transportation and whatnot. I need lava. Stuff like that, really. Wasn't too difficult to get set up, I suppose. Give me a luck. For the most part, at least. But yeah, that's what we got set up. I guess the question here is... Alright, no, it's not here, but I think it's like somewhere around here. Because I have an idea of this harboring some... enemies. Only going in like this one straight path here. Might have more stuff here, not sure just yet. Not entirely too sure. But yeah, like horizontal enemies moving back and forth here, so on and so forth. Maybe we can bring this back like one more so this feels more open instead. And when I say I have a general idea, it's more so just this is how it probably should go. Alright, let's see here. Well, for one thing, we definitely need to have one of these here. So I need ice now. Good old ice. The frozen ice type, not the other one. Which is very annoying now. That is now a fucking problem. Can't even appreciate the second state of water. Would ice be the second state of water? Water can turn into either ice or steam. Doesn't have to be going into ice to be able to turn into I don't know. It's just dumb that is now the case. All because of lunatics and whatnot. Alright, let me think here. Oh, well. Trying to figure out how I want to go about doing that. Because I wanted to have like another ice here, but if there's going to be a blocked path regardless, then that's obviously going to be a tricky bit. A tricky bit indeed. Maybe it doesn't matter that much. I don't know why I wanted to have two ice paths here. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter that much. We'll still have a lock here, though. Because why not? I suppose now we can get... Oh yeah, enemies are here. The normal horizontal enemies, at the very least, placed right in here. I do kind of want these guys to be off doing their own thing. Like these guys, at least. To some extent. And we gotta put you here instead. Because I also want poison here. Because as soon as you get out into the area here, most of this isn't going to matter much. But if there's poison here, you have no choice but to go on the outskirts. Why there's poison there? There's just poison here. Let's see. How could I adjust you? We could actually move this one down here instead. So that way they're all off by at least one. We need a crate here. We have a one-way here that'll have a key that will allow you to get to a certain place. You kind of need to get through here anyways. There's really no reason not to go through here. As for the keys department, the hell are you doing, cat? Well, I'll leave the key here for now while I figure out how I want to go about doing this. Some enemies, some crates. I feel like I want to also have like a water section too. A brief one, but a water section nonetheless. Maybe like right about here. Something along the lines of that. And the only way you can get to the crate here and push it downwards is to go through it, but maybe not here specifically. And let me think. Could do something like that, right? Yeah, that would work. And we could put a bunch of water and enemies here. I mostly just want to have all of these types of obstacles and whatnot, or not obstacles. These not new either. All three of these at once starting inside of this area here. Yeah, because why not? Seems like a good idea, right? We could even have some ice here. Maybe this could be where the ice goes. Why would there be ice there? I don't know. Maybe it's just... Well, there is also that, too. Unless we had it set to where the ice goes down here, and if you go too far, it goes into the lava. So you just want to push it into here. I mean, I guess this is... Like, we could just close it off. Yeah, but then we don't get to use this part here for some reason or another. There's like no reason to have that there unless you just want decoration and just be like, hey, don't push that there. It's not going to be good if you push that there. Hoo-hoo-hoo. And stuff like that. I don't know, it's fine. It's fine, we can make adjustments as we see fit. Let's see. Well, for one thing, we definitely need to have obstacles in here. So having, I guess, counterclockwise. Having some counterclockwise enemies here would work. I also gotta remember how the directions for these guys work. It was 0 for up, and for you guys, 1 is right, 2 is down, and 3 is left. That is left. So I just need you to be going 3, and you to be going 1. And we want normal clockwise enemies. 0 and 2. Why not? That's not clockwise. This is clockwise. Basically, we're just trying to get... Do we want that to be here? Nah, just put 1 in here, I'd say. 1 there. Unless we want to have like 2 ways to go about doing that, but... I mean, that could be the case. Question is, how do we get into here? I would say we could just have an enemy stuck here. That's a possibility. Can't get past a horizontal enemy if it's just stuck there, right? Enemies blocking your path. What are you going to do? Not much, apparently. It just means you'd have to force to be going through to here twice, though. When in all honesty, you have to go through there once anyways, so what's the point? There is no point. Really, there's no point for any of this here. I guess the point we can make here is just this is where the key can go instead. That makes a lot more sense. Still need to get to here from there, but you could go about getting the key and then unlocking that and then getting the crate and then going through here afterwards. I'm not seeing any other means for that to be a concern or a problem, so it should be fine, question mark. One would hope. And we could get some poison in here to remind you, hey, don't go up, or don't go completely straight, go up at least once. This is more so just, are you paying attention check, really? There's no reason for it to exist. Though I suppose having an enemy here for you to take care of when you push the crate in is just a nice enemy to kill, really. We can even have another one over here and make this one 0. Yep. And as soon as you get that over to there, you would continue on forward. And to what's probably going to be like a nice lake area, kind of, maybe. And a nice clover, I guess. Forcing you to have to go around and through here. Would there be a way to get... I think there is. Okay, so that means the clover would have to close off here if we wanted to have, like, some enemies going around in a clover shape. Something like that. And we can have some water parts here. And a crate that we want to push down into here. If we're pushing it down into there, we need at least a space to get to it, right? We might not need to worry about that too much. Somebody's moving out there. I can vaguely hear. That or it's a siren. It's hard to tell. Siren or car going vroom very fast. Like a race car, kind of. Not my concern right now. No, my concern is this. Alright, cool, great. So I guess we just have a regular crate here that has no puzzle whatsoever. There's gotta be a way we could have a puzzle here, right? Yep, sounds like a car that's racing. There would be no way. Unless we had it here instead and we removed all of this. But don't know about that. I do like the idea of having, what was it, clockwise enemies just here. 2 at least. I'm curious to see what it's gonna look like in that shape. Alright, let's see. There's definitely gotta be more I can do with this, so let me see what more I can do before I do anything else. Realistically, there's not that much you can do with crates here. I would say this can more so just be added on to the water part. To an extent where you can't really push it all the way back to get to here, let's say. So you can get the key and unlock it immediately. But you can't push this back out here, which you do need to get to here. That's essentially the idea with that. Now, aside from that, though, we also want some of these enemies here and normal vertical enemies. Why not? We could have you, like, right here or so. Yeah, something like that. Put you here. Maybe, like, down here. Of course, if I do that, I could just do this and have you guys be opposite of each other. Aside from that, though, we can definitely have clockwise enemies here as well. What direction is this 2? So we need you to be 1, and we need you to be 3. This depends on what direction you want to start in first. There would have to be a reason to go in this direction here. Try to follow the enemies as they come around here. And I don't want this to be too hard now. So that should be it then, right? We'll test it out, then we'll go on ahead into a save. Oh god, that's loud. It's fine. a little iffy, I'd say. But it's fine. Gotta go through this guy a few times, and then kill this guy. Okay, that one's definitely a skill check. I wouldn't really call it a skill check. It's more like, what you call it? Ah! Right, I gotta unlock it first. Well, that's good to know. So we do gotta unlock it first, which means we have to go through this first. Well, look at that. We have a reason for this to exist after all. Now, do we go through there, or do we go through the water path? Well, I would say the water path is probably ironically quicker. Well, not really ironic. It makes sense for that to be quicker. You want to try to go through that quickly. Oh, son, you're gonna die. I forgot. I am not awake enough for this. It's fine. We can quickly get our asses back there. So you gotta go through one of these at least once. Though admittedly we could probably take this path and would probably be at least a little bit easier, maybe. There are 3 different ways you can get back to where you need to get to. But you have to go down the water route regardless. You're forced to go down the water route. Which is not really an issue, if you ask me. Alright, now we can kill this middle enemy now, finally. Alright, boom. We made it. Okay. I mean, I guess technically I could just go in and get to here to move this mouse out of the way. Alright, now that I finally get to this part and look at these guys' pattern, I can appreciate the way it looks. That's a nice looking pattern. It's not too difficult, at least with 2 enemies. Unlock that first brain. Alright, this part shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I'm relatively quick on the do I have to go back? It seems like it. Do I want to have a way to quickly get me to where I need to get to? Or is this fine enough? I mean, I could check and see. We can get back to where we need to get to pretty quickly. Alright. Okay. That's good. But if I did that, then you will be equal to that guy in length. We could also just open this up like that, right? So that way that isn't a well, you know, we could just do this too. We could just do that too and just have that be right where it needs to be. And I'll even just have this here too. Why not? That looks pretty good, right? But as far as this particular part of the level is concerned, it's fine so far. You gotta go through a specific part. Now, here's the thing. I could make it a bit more challenging and have a lava spot here. But the only challenge would be you can't really go up and you kind of... I mean, you have to go left, then down, and then right to get to that spot, instead of just going straight down. That would really be the only challenging part there. So, realistically, is it needed? Like, it's not the case of, is it needed? It's more of a case of, do we want that there? Do we want that there to ruin the nice water look, or do we just want to leave the water like that? Having an enemy going through the middle would also add more challenge, but I think what we have here is fine enough. We gotta remember, this is still technically, quote-unquote, the early game. Even though it's like the third zone, there's like many zones before it that should be, or after it, that should be difficult. This one should be at least somewhat challenging. Like all the other levels, challenging. Some might be a little too challenging on occasions, but other than that, and it's not that big, well, long either, I should say. Okay, that's good. With that being said, we can, why is that? With that being said, we can now start this little process. Now remember, there is music that goes along with it. Go along. And I think I've showcased the music to y'alls before. But yeah, it's definitely one of those kinds of music. I wouldn't say it's as good compared to the first two zones. The first zone was like pretty good. Basic, but pretty good. This one, I mean, there are occasions where my memory is like trying to remember it, and it doesn't sound as good as it doesn't sound as good in my head. But then when I listen to it, it's fine. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. I'm over here because we are at least getting close to being done with the third zone. There's still a decent amount left. So we're nowhere completely finished, but we're getting close to being finished. And there is still the aspect of having to make the next zone's music that I'm like thinking over. Because it's been a hot minute since I have made, music. Or like a hot few months at this point, several months really. And I'm not like the most musically talented. I have like the music in my head, but unlike drawing, putting it on to a program, way more difficult. At least for me. Henceforth, the reason me saying I'm not the most musically talented. And I am willing to admit that. I could definitely improve in that department, but it is what it is. Oops. I'd say it's still pretty good. Just could be better. And no, I don't want to go down the route of AI music. See, it doesn't feel satisfying if I just have a machine do it for me. Oh yeah, that's right. That's big on purpose because I gotta crop it once we're done. Me personally, I prefer to do everything that I can do by myself, or if I get to a point where I can actually have some kind of crew, with a crew. A crew. I don't know, like, how else to really say that there. A group. Other than that, though, I don't really see any satisfaction in having a machine do it. I won't get better at making music if I let a machine do all the work. That's pretty much my thought process there. And it's a sound thought process, if you ask me. I want to make my own stuff. It pretty much takes the joy out of creation if you let a machine do all the work. Also, I missed a spot. Though part of me would say having a machine recreate this instead would be great, This is the more tedious part, but the problem in that department is I don't think a machine's going to understand what I want here. It might not. Either way, this is the one part I could waver away since I'm literally just recreating the level, but in Photoshop. But it's fine. I can do this no problem. Doesn't take long. I just gotta look at everything. Remember that we don't have to do anything with the player because we already have a spot for the player. But everything looks good. It seems, at least. It seems fine. Now the enemies are there. The ice, the crate, the lock, and the key. The 3 enemies in there. With the poison strip, the lava, and the finish. Lock, the crate, the enemies all around here. That, and this, and that. Okay. I think we did it. I'll exit out, and I shall do this. Wait. Okay, well, at this point, we could just do this. I think we only need, yeah, the middle here. This is the only part we need. And texture shortcut. Let me just see what this says. PNG, right. I just need to get an example going here. The example pretty much is Zone 3, Level 1. And we can just make the folder here, no problem. Levels. I think I probably need another one, but it's fine. I don't think we have any interlaced. Also, I'm working on a drawing of a frog. Try to guess what this frog is. I haven't drawn its other foot yet, but it's getting there. Alright, I don't know why I need to do that. I don't need to do that. I believe that's everything. I think. I'll think that's everything. Other than, like, making sure that that was where it needed to be, what do you call it, where it's need to be, everything is set up where it needs to be, the unlocks. I already got all that taken care of. Other than that, I think that's all in that department. And remember, it was Sprite 2D and UI. Pixel per unit is 1. And then filter, no point. Sprite, pixel, 1. No point. Apply. That's correct, right? I can't tell the difference, so it must be correct. And now there's more to it than just that. Now we have the texture material. Yeah, this one. So I need Zone 3 materials. This is the one thing I didn't have the foresight to do, even though I should have had the foresight to do. I'm just going to duplicate you. And I'm going to move you... Nope. I'm going to move you over to here. No problem. Yeah, that way we just have this ready and raring to go. And I believe I just, yeah, moved you here. So that's material taken care of. All right, great, fantastic. All within less than 40 minutes, which is surprising to say the least. And everything here in the build is pretty much set, right? Yeah. Yeah, it seems good. So now all I gotta do is go to here. I gotta go to... Oh, wait, you're supposed to be in here. It's fine now, it's not that big of an issue, I think. I mean, it's not doing much of anything. I'll just go over to here and just make sure. Oh, yeah, we can not be here. I also did some adjustments here. because this apparently was going over that, and we don't want that to go over that. All right, we're here. I believe all I need to do is go to here, put that here, and then I got to go into here, grab the player mark, and move them into spot. Boom. Okay, good, great. I would say since we have some time, I might do that, but let's just build our current build. I think everything is fine. I think. I'm not sure. Can I say that I'm confident that everything is fine? Most of the music is set. This one is set. We already got that level for that one set, so we know what number that is. Obviously, that's not of any of your concern, since that's basically technical coding jargon that I need to keep track of. The level music is set. I already knew that. Other than that, and a few other instances, I think we should be good. One would hope. I don't think there's anything else I need to worry about. I think we're golden. You're really going through all the whole works, huh? I know this takes a while. I just want to do this inside of the what you call it. I'd say that's not too much of an ask, right? All right, perfect. Yeah, there are definitely some things I can do here for like prefab decorations, like have a mountain here kind of closing most areas, as well as maybe here too. That's why most of this is kind of flat, because the idea here is to get a prefab mountain set up. Like small mountain bits, you know? Like something along the lines of this or these. Nothing too massive, I think. Okay, so that's set now. Now with that set, we can go straight in. Here we go. X load game. I'll move this out of the way. Eventually I'll hide that cursor, but for now I'm keeping it. And this is it, file 3. So we should be inside of... shit. That is the one thing I forgot, though. Hold on. What was that one again? Can I do it from just the scripts, or is that going to be... I need zone transfers. That's the one thing I haven't had set up yet, is the zone transfers. But I cannot for the life of me remember what that is or where that is, so I'm going to have to just go straight into the zone. Not that zone, the main menu. Well, wait, the main menu has that. I could just go straight to it, right? What would that be, though? Start menu. Resume. Yeah, that's just the, what you call it, but that's not where all that stuff is, right? So this is why I tried to get as much as I could remember in before I started going into this, but I guess I didn't get all of it in, unfortunately. Alright, I'm just going to have to go straight to this area then instead, and remind myself what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for, but what is that? Well, let's find out. Walls, backdrop, resume, option, extra, exit, enter, directional blocks. Okay, directional blocks is what we're looking for. But which one is the question? I'm assuming... Oh, wait, never mind. Camera transfer, directional blocks. Huh? Zone transfer, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, take me to zone transfer. I don't believe I have zone transfer set up yet, and this is going to be important for both instances regardless. So that's what I gotta do. Zone 3 loading screen. I believe that's it, right? I mean, I'm already in this instance, so I might as well at least check it out. So, zone transfer is what I'm looking for, apparently. It makes sense when you get right down to it, I suppose. Well, one of you has the zone transfer. I just gotta figure out which one. It would be around here, right? Not there. Though there are directional blocks. Though, isn't there a way I could just reference in... Okay, if I can remember. There it is. Find references in scene. Yeah, here we are. So, it's obvious. Load game transfer and all that stuff. Alright, now how do I get out of this? Load game transfer. Well, guess I'm just stuck in this then. Can I just do this and fix it? No. Well, how do I stop viewing this as such? We could have done that this whole time. Okay, how about I do this? I'm still stuck in this. Okay, apparently I'm still stuck. How do I get out of view references? This is my first time ever using this, and I don't know how to not... Okay, that apparently fixed it. Don't ask me how it fixed it. I don't know how it fixed it. Alright, we're good. Everything is fine. Everything is hunky-dory. I guess now we just gotta build and run. It probably would be quicker to build and run, right? I think, if I clicked it. I did not click it. Okay, we'll just build it and run it again, and then we'll just not have any more mistakes here. It's been so long, and I don't remember. It's been so long since we had been working on this damn zone. Though, admittedly, I could just preemptively set everything and be easier that way. It would be, but we don't have those scenes set up. Though it wouldn't matter, because all we'd have to do is just make the scenes again. Duplicate the scenes, move over to the one zone, and boom. Golden. I will say, though, this is going to definitely take a long time if I can't stop getting other side projects to have to work on. I still got to take care of Nova Guardians, I still got to take care of a few thumbnails, and I still got Luna V Titan's epilogue that's going to be somewhere in next year, hopefully. If not next year, then the next year after that, with 4 months in the last year of that. You know what I mean. Let's just get into this before my tiredness destroys me. Alright, file 3 again. This time it'll work. There it is. Doesn't take that long to load this in. Oh, I don't have the... It's fine. You know what? We'll take what we have. Maybe I can go here and it'll, fix it? Question mark? I forget that that's one thing that we have to do. But I gotta remember what that one is now. What was it? No, unfortunately. Whatever, it's fine. I'm just here to test the level. Alright. This is what the mountains sound like. Very horrifying, am I right? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. That's what I'm gonna do. I just felt like that was a good time to die. I don't know what I was thinking there. I definitely wasn't gonna be able to do that. I don't know why I'm thinking this. Wait, I still gotta put the key in the... Alright, back in the water again. Honestly, the water's probably one of the quicker ways to go about doing that. I'm gonna kill you. There we go. Shit! I forgot. This is very intense music for a zone that feels like it shouldn't be this... It's not even difficult, I'm just being stupid. And that's what gets you killed, is being stupid. Very easy thing to do. Alright, we can do this smart this time. Now that we're not being dumb, we can get through this without any problems and kill this guy just on time. And see, the thing with this is, you can't not, you know, go through all of this. The word I'm looking for is you can't kill those guys. That's the word I'm looking for. If you move the crate up, it will just kill the crate. Alright, open that up. Don't be stupid. Alright, see, that wasn't too bad if I wasn't being stupid. We did it! Whew. Okay. We did it. That's good. That's fantastic. But that's not set up properly, apparently. Fuck. Well, I think that's easy enough, because if the code is... Oh god, don't tell me... Yeah, the code has to be adjusted, don't... I can do that, no problem. We'll just... Technically, we could just Alt F4 and everything's already saved. That is the one that went up, right? Please, for the love of all that is unholy, tell me that that is the one that went up. Well, you know what? We'll be doing those off camera, I suppose. But, I mean, we got some time, I guess. Why not? We could see the error of my ways. For one thing, we do need to get lighting, I guess. Why is there streaming assets? There's no streaming. Yes, get rid of that. I don't know why streaming there's updates that just occurs occasionally. Did I have... Oh, I had the light data here, but I don't have the light data for, the Mountain Crossroads yet. Okay, that's what that was. I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. Take me to the player. How did I do light data again? It's been so long, I don't remember. I think I needed something like... It wasn't Windows, right? Was it Windows? God, it's been so long. Rendering. No. I don't think lights was here. Light. No, that's just creating a game object. Asset, edit. How did I make the light data? I had to go somewhere to get that. Wasn't here, wasn't there, was it here? Yeah, here's the lighting. And if I remember correctly, light setting as that. So in other words, I need to do this. Mountainous. Or was it mountain? What would, okay, I'll just look at my freaking notes and remind myself. Did I call it mountainous or Mountain Crossroads? That's the good question that I have. Mountain Crossroad. Get out of my face with your stupid ad, you stupid notebook thing. It was Mountain Crossroads this whole time. I believe that was it, right? But there was also light data and whatnot. That's what we had set up, but it's not set up here for some reason. What was this called again? No. LGT Grasslands. LGT High Cliffs. So we'll just call this one also LGT Mountain Crossroads. But there's more to it than just that, right? I had to generate lighting. Then I got a folder for it. Then I placed that in here. I don't know why there's reflection. There's no reflection probe in the other one, so we could just get rid of that to save space. You can see there's no reflection probes here. And I think that would fix it. Like, I could definitely test it in here. And by in here, I mean just save. And by in here, I just mean go to the start menu and just load everything up in here. I should make the base volume for that lower. This is only just the lighting problem we're now trying to fix. And don't forget that this area here is generally lighter. There's still shadows and whatnot, of course. But yeah, that, and we have shadows there too, and we don't have the thing unlocked right now. So that's the next step in figuring out what went wrong. And what went wrong, Raggy? Is that this area is already pretty dark. Which kind of makes sense, but okay. Zone 3 nav. You took Zone 3, correct? Yeah, you took every data from Zone 3. Which means there's a good chance that the... Alright, hold on. I gotta see what... No. Cancel. Stop trying to move shit. I don't want you to move. Please tell me this isn't Zone 2. No, this is not even... I didn't even set this, god damn it. Alright, I thought I had set this. Apparently I didn't set this. It would explain why nothing there worked. So this is path 1, level 0. No problem. I need you to be path 1. No wonder why nothing unlocked. I just did all that for no reason. So now I gotta do it again if I want to continue on to the next area. Fool! It makes sense, I suppose. Oh, but it's a good thing I didn't do that, because apparently I forgot to switch these to Zone 3, and that could have been bad. These need to be Zone 3. Well, you know, it's a good... Thanks! You are not a fool, me. Past me. And the fucked up thing is we didn't even have... We changed these... You're half a fool and half not a fool. You fucked up here, but did this right, and you fucked up in the other one. So I'd say you're 2/3 of a fool. 3/4 if you count the zone that we forgot. I don't know if I'm missing anything else here. I'm not gonna render it again. I'm going to just enter into the zone, auto zone, but I probably shouldn't have this open. Just for the sake of, simplicity. Oh god, it's just taking eons to try to do its thing. Okay, so that's to take care of that now. Everything, not the Mountain Crossroads, you fool. The start menu. Yeah, we can make adjustments to the lighting and all that stuff at some other point in time. I can enter full screen here, right? Yeah, maximize. Just so I at least have a somewhat larger screen to look at. Was this? Oh, yeah, it had to have been 51 because the thing wasn't even sent. If it's 0, it's not going to do anything. And because this is in the testing phase, the loading screen is going to... Oh, I also got to name the level too. Yeah, we'll think about a name as we go through this. So, what should this be called? That's a good question. Good question indeed. I'm not sure. What should it be called? Something... drawing a blank. I'm not sure. Hey, don't be stupid. Made it this far, don't be dumb and throw it all away like an idiot. Alright. This level's not that bad if you pay attention, moron. Okay. I'm not sure what to call this. Everything here should be good now, right? Oh yeah, I forgot, that technically triggered. Though I suppose that's only really tied to the completion of the level, not tied to the paths and all the level progress. Though there's still an issue. This is not brought up in the right spot, apparently. Like, we have access to the next area. That, or it's not getting the number that it needs here. That's also a possibility. So I gotta... Where do I go for that, then? Well, we could just open up some things. It's not the follower. But there is the level naming scheme. The Dangerous Mountains? Dangerous Mountains? Yeah, oh, there goes that. Okay, hold on. Dangerous mountains. I guess just telling you this area is dangerous. The music, the name, dangerous mountains. Okay, before I fully call it there, yeah, let me look at level progress real quick. I bet you, oh yeah, there it is. There it f***ing is. Might as well make that a whole pie, brain, because yeah, fucked it. Okay, well that's a good question. What is the... What is it? Well, just look at level completion. So that's going up into there. Oh, hold on. That's another good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. All right. That means that this has to be twice the number of this. So let me grab this. So you're twice the number of this. And also let me grab that. You're twice the number. Right? We don't have double digits here. If I had the other completion thing, I can get that information. Or I could just grab this one. No, but that's just the first one. But this also gives me an idea of how numbers start. So there's 6 here. All right, so there's 6 there. And only 5 there. And if this has 6 here, then this would have the same thing. Only it's 8. Or, yeah, 8. Basically. So that number, let's save it. Save it, let that do its thing, and keep looking. Essentially, right? Because that's 6 here. That's 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's where that number 9 goes and increases. I mean, the easiest and quickest thing for me to do to test this out is just go straight to the start menu. Yes, save, you fool. And now all the other stuff should be added in. Well, you know that works too. Start menu loading screen it is. Yeah, now that's 52. We're 1 level in. This should be called Dangerous Mountains. Dangerous Mountains. And that's now 01. Perfect. Everything works out. Yeah, I guess I'll just move the player over to here, save and exit this way instead, and that should be good, right? Hopefully. One would imagine so. Oh yeah, there is one thing I want to test out here. Music library. X to play, remember. Yeah, so those are working now. If I do dynamic, basically that's going to still play because you're... yeah, so that works. I don't know why, but when I don't have the headphones on, the sounds like it's so much more louder than it does here. I guess that's the thing. When I listen to this through something else, it doesn't sound as good as it would otherwise. I'm gonna stick to normal though. I guess. I don't know why. And now all that is saved. Oh, well, time spent in the menu doesn't take up time, really. Alright, so that's saved. That's good. Anyways, we did everything we needed to do. I think next episode we're going to just get all the navigation set up, and then if we finish it early, we'll continue building more levels. Why not? We don't have that many levels to really... zones, I mean. But also maybe occasionally build levels too, because this is fun to do. Building a level. But we only have like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know if I count that, but 16, 17 levels to build. And if we keep building more zones, we'll be able to get over to here. It's nice though. But I guess that's what we're going to do. We're going to focus on this aspect here, which everything worked. There was just a few things I have forgotten, and you don't want to forget, apparently. So anyways, thank you all for watching today's episode of Game Crafter. Surprisingly going past an hour this time around. But, you know, I'm fixing things and building levels. Stuff that has to get done with regardless, but anyways, more fun than building the zones. So thank you all for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Game Crafter right over here, and the most recent episode of Minecraft ROTC Edition right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.